What's going on? My name is Germaine. I'm the owner and creator of Ambitious Ones, and I'm here with Stitch.
Can you tell us the story behind your brand?
Started in 2016. I didn't like where the fitness industry was going. There was a lot of half-naked women and people selling fake programs. Me being a trainer, I wanted to create a brand that was for everyone, because the person who doesn't look like me doesn't mean they're not fit. So created the brand and ran with it.
Can you tell us about your brand name?
Ambitious was Ambitious Ones was literally thought up by the A1 steak sauce. It was literally A1 steak sauce driving down 301, and I was like, all right, well, what could we do at A1? And then it was like, how about Ambitious Ones? And then we just went with it.
How did you create the logo? What does it stand for?
The logo is just AO. It's just literally just Ambitious Ones in calligraphy, so.
What was the world's first impression when you started your brand?
I remember I first showed my clients it, and obviously me being their coach, they were like, oh man, I want to support, like I want it. But I'm gonna tell you a funny story, and this is my man's now. This is my man, so when he sees this or he hears this, he's gonna get a good laugh out of it, because I never told him this. Like, yo, this is the first time I've ever told anybody this. And to tie back to that, my man was wearing our Growth Over Comfort t-shirt on Barclay Center's floor. Like, they had opened up the court and he was playing ball, right, before the game. But if we go back to 2016, we had just done this shirt and we did a white one. And we were at Fitness for 10 in Brandon. I walk in, I got the shirt on, I'm feeling good. He's like, yeah, man, you know, that's cool. I said, yeah, bro, you know what I'm saying? You gotta get one of these, man. And he said it not from a place of like hatred, but like from a place of like, you could do better. And he was like, all right, bro, when you create something that's dope, I'll copy it. And went right back to working out. And I was like, okay, wait, hold on. All my clients just bought all my stuff. My man, who I'm working out with, just literally just said like, yo, when you create something that's dope, I'm like, this ain't dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't dope. But now, you know, fast forward 6+ years, he sees the vision. He sees the creativity. So now he rocks it heavy up in New York City. So the first impression was love and honesty.
What type of customer do you envision wearing your brand?
Everyone, literally from the stay-at-home mom to the entrepreneur to the CEO, all the way to the person who isn't blessed with the mobility of their legs or maybe even more.
Can you tell us about the creative process that inspires you?
Oh man, creative process for me that inspires me is creating something that somebody's gonna put on and instantly feel like I can accomplish anything.
Can you elaborate on these designs you brought with you?
Of course. So this is the first design we ever did, Ambitious Ones Fitness. It was supposed to always have fitness in the design, because it was mainly, we thought that's what you had to do for like a fitness collection. So established 2016, but it has like the skulls in there, and we were kind of like, yo, this can't be it. But this is the very first piece we ever made. This right here is our new baseball tee. Just a simple white with the rose gold going simply across the front. I have a love for raglan tees, and I just think they look good. And if you work out, they look even better. But the last piece was our most popular piece, I would say. It's a second go around for we did a collection last year in January called Self Love. And it had a rose going across the back and it said self-love on it. But this one, we put the little angels with the cupids in a sense. And then at the very bottom, we're big on quotes with A1. So we always want to put something that's gonna either be motivational or uplifting. So at the very bottom, it says to fall in love with yourself is the first secret to happiness. And I think the more that people can see something motivational or inspirational or something uplifting, especially when they wear it and they look in the mirror or whatever the case may be, it sets off that whole piece, outfit, everything.
How would you incorporate these designs, like a specific one in an outfit?
Oh, that's easy. Let's start with this one right here. So we'll go with the love piece, right? If you are a Jordan fan, you get the breads, you get you some nice jeans, or actually if you really want to go crazy, this, some cargos, the breads. If you wanted to go with the raglan, you throw this on with some light jeans, or if you're feeling yourself like that, some linen pants and some smooth white sneakers. And since this is discontinued, we ain't even gonna put that out there.
How has starting your brand affected your life?
Positively, it's shown me that I'm capable of chasing my dreams and believing in myself. Negatively, anxiety, stress, fear, like self-doubt. But like I said earlier, that all comes with the game, because I don't think there's not a single person that's ever tried to achieve something and they just thought of it and just went right into it smoothly. I think everybody has to go through trials and tribulations, so.
Has there ever been a time where you felt like giving up on your brand?
Yes, I wanted to give up my brand in 2020. So 3 years ago, I was in a dark place and I just was not moving any product, honestly. Like, I wasn't selling t-shirts, I was not creative. I was just stuck in a bad position, and giving up was the only thing I could think of. But after a long time just sitting in a room by myself, battling my thoughts and prayer, I came out and we did a breast cancer t-shirt, and it went crazy. And I was like, all right, I'm here for a reason. The brand's here for a reason.
What is your number one problem with the clothing brand industry and getting your products to customers?
Number one issue with the clothing brand industry is, man, I just think selling people anything. I just think that putting a patch on a t-shirt and selling it for $80 is the issue with the clothing brand. I think that when it comes to like fitness industry, especially with clothing brands, not everybody looks the same. Not everybody's built the same. So like, my sisters don't look like the super thin supermodel that's over here, or this, short girl who's a powerlifter. Like, I feel like the clothing industry needs to broaden their horizon, especially if they're into anything like fitness, or stop trying to put a label on everything, right? My struggles with it is getting it out to people. I wish that there was more small business appreciation. Like, I wish that there was businesses that were already established that were willing to offer a hand, because at some point they were a small business.
What kind of hand could they offer?
What kind of hand could they offer?
Yeah.
I think if bigger corporations were to host pop-ups, allow people to come in and highlight their business. So like, let's say like I ran a gym. I'm looking for 3 to 5 fitness brands or candle companies, whatever, come in, set up your booth. We'll let you guys try to sell some stuff from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m., so forth, so forth. I think that'd be a great way to offer a hand, just simply because a lot of people don't know where to start. When I first started, I was just asking my homeboys. I was just like, yo, you wanna buy a shirt? You wanna buy a shirt? And luckily, thankfully, they did, and some of their friends did. But now that I'm a little bit more established, I'm trying to take people to pop-ups and let them shake hands with people, so they can try to get their shine.
What was the highest point behind your brand?
Highest point?
Mm-hmm.
Man, the highest point for my brand was, we hosted 5K for the last 3 years, right? This would be our 3rd year. It's called Mamathon. I created it for my mother. She's my hero. She fought breast cancer. She beat it, so I was very thankful for that. And I remember when I was saying the speech, I was standing on my Jeep, and I was saying the speech, and my friend called my mom, and was like, yo, you gotta watch Jimmy. He's doing this race. And she's like, oh, is anybody there? Did anybody show up? And she like pans and shows her all the people. We had like 46 people. And she was like, this is your race, this is for you. And my mom started crying. And then when I took her the medal and my bib number, I was like, yo, that whole race, it was for you. And now, until I pass and somebody else keeps it going, you now have a race, a sanctioned race in the state of Florida, Mama Time behind you. So that was the highest point of my brand.
So if someone was in your shoes starting a brand, what advice would you give them?
Be prepared for the ups and the downs, be prepared for the doubt, the fear, the insecurities, your family not supporting, you know what I'm saying? Because not everybody's gonna support you in the way that you feel like they should. When I first started the brand, my mother literally told me straight to my face, who would wear your brand? Like, who would wear your shirts? I wouldn't. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. But to her, that was like, outside of her being truthful, that was also her trying to see if I was really serious about it. And now that she sees me really pushing it and doing stuff, she supports it heavy. So just keep going, don't give up.
What's the most ambitious thing you ever done?
Oh man, it all ties in. Most ambitious thing I've ever done was, I wanted to be a model when I was younger. I'll never forget it. I was walking on the runway and I was wearing a baseball tee. It's a crazy thing. And I saw this black lady, right? Literally sitting right in front of me. I had to stop. And there was a bunch of people on the runway. I had to stop. And she looked up at me and she went like a, why are you here? And like looked away and X'd my name out. And I looked at her and I remember being like, I'm gonna see you again. And she was like, I walked off. I was so upset, right? I said, all right, I'm gonna make this modeling thing happen, man. I'm gonna make it happen. I prayed about it, did a few fashion shows, got burned with photographers, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do something with this fashion thing, I know it. And I went from being laughed at on stage to now running my own fashion show every year in November. So I'll never let somebody stop me from anything, right? But I also want to open doors for individuals who have suffered from something like that. Oh, you're not tall enough. So the most ambitious thing I did was start a 5K and create a night of excellence for small-owned businesses, black-owned businesses, anything.
Can you give a brief history of how you become who you are now?
Oh man, going from the person who wanted to model, being laughed at, to the person that struggled with fear and doubt and depression about, you know, the decisions they made or who would wear my brand, you know what I'm saying? Just do some, I'm big on alone time. I'm big on just trying to find out who you are and just trying to pray about it, right? So through everything that I went through in life, I think that I know that the brand saved my life. You know what I'm saying? It created me in the sense of if I'm gonna wear the word ambitious, you know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna coach individuals on how to be ambitious about changing their life or their fitness or their eating habits, you also gotta do it first. So, yeah, man, that's how I became who I am today.
Specific people that inspired you to become who you are now?
Oh, man. My biggest inspiration, my uncle. He put the weights in my hand, right? So that led me into being the trainer. Like, till this day, I think about the stuff he would make me do, like pull over at a random park and be like, yo, go do some dips or go do some pull-ups. My mother, you know, being the hero that she is for me when my father got sick, she would always ask me, like, why you don't make this no more? Why don't you do this no more? And I was like, okay, all right, cool. But seeing how hard she worked, us growing up, And when my dad did get sick, you know, making pieces and being able to give her art that she could wear every single day and be proud of, that was my biggest inspiration, man. So yeah, man, it's been a lot. My mom, my uncle, and my dad.
So when you think about the word ambitious, what does it mean to you? And how have you taken that definition and basically put it into your brand?
To me, so like, man, for me, I want every time I see it, every time I press it onto a shirt, every time I see it embroidered on a shirt, it reminds me that I'm taking it serious, that I'm literally out here not just trying to sell a dream, I'm out here trying to live my dreams, you know what I'm saying? So like, I want people, when they see ambitious, that it's not just like, oh, that's my friend's band, man, that's my friend's band, you gotta support it. I want it to be something that when people are like, hey, you're trying to get this promotion, right? Like, yeah, you've been working out, right? Yeah, you've been trying to do this triathlon, whatever, right? You're like, yeah, listen, check my boy out, man. This boy, the brand is crazy. You put it on, and it reminds you every time you walk past the mirror, like, yo, I'm ambitious about this. I'm ambitious about changing my life. And I just don't want people to think it's just a name. It's way more than that.
Do you have any new piece coming out?
Oh, absolutely. We have the Raglan, once again. Nice little baseball tee. We also have a New York Yankee baseball jersey coming out. So it just has our logo on the chest. On the back it says Dreamer, and then it has the year we started, 16. And then we also have a space t-shirt coming out. So the idea behind the space t-shirt is aim for the stars and never limit yourself. You know what I'm saying? The ceiling isn't what somebody else tells you it is. You can sit on the moon if you really wanted to.
How do you plan to take your brand to the next level?
Oh, man. To be honest, man, creativity, honesty, new designs, better fabric, and just hard work, man. Just trying to network. That's the biggest thing I'm trying to do right now, is just network, partner with people, collaborate with other small businesses, because if we look at like Nike and Tiffany, you just took Nike and put it in front of the crowd that loves Tiffany. And then you took Tiffany, which, if I'm being honest, a lot of men never run to Tiffany, like unless they girl with that blue box, but they never like, oh, I want that Tiffany jacket or whatever. So now you just put two brands in front of each other that you would never think of. So like with me, I'm trying to help other businesses along with myself and other businesses, but just hard work, man, and just trying to collaborate and, man, make the most of my time.
What do you want people to remember about your brand?
I want people to remember that this is the brand that reminded them to smile and to dream chase. I want them to remember that when they put this on, they immediately knew, like, if I wash this shirt too many times, or it shrinks or whatever, and I give it to somebody, I'm giving them not just a t-shirt, I'm giving them a piece of art that's gonna remind them and whoever else they cross paths with to smile and to never stop dream chasing.
So what can the world expect from your brand?
To be life-changing, to be world-changing. Like, our quote is, don't forget to smile today. We're trying to change the world one smile at a time. So they can expect to see somebody walking their way with confidence just radiating off of them, because they know, like, yo, I'm rocking A1. Like, I'm about to make somebody's day when they see the back of my shirt and it says, don't forget to smile. That right there.
That's deep. Where can people find and purchase your brand?
You can find us on Instagram at Ambitious Ones Clothing. If you don't have Instagram, you can go on our website, www.ambitious1clothing.com.